Hi. Hey guys, and welcome back to I haven't done I was gonna do welcome back, but I just haven't done thoughts of the week for such a long time. And I've thought to myself, do you know what? I started it and then I went into the BB house, and then that's why it kind of messed up, the flow of things. But do you know what? It's needed. I feel like there's so much fuckery going on in the world and stuff like that, and loads of things and fun things to talk about as well. But I feel like, guys, I'm going to commit to you. This sounds so deep. I'm going to commit to you and I'm going to say, do you know what? I see people online saying, where's Wendy Williams? We need Wendy Williams. Bring her back. We do. We do. Like Wendy Williams, she's the goat of it all. We didn't appreciate her. Well, I appreciated her. I always appreciate Wendy giving her opinions because it was very much needed. But while she's gone, maybe I'll just try to fill the gaps for a little while. I feel like I'm only going to talk about two things today because these two things that's pressing on social media at the moment. But I'll say a quick RIP to TIGI. Jesus Christ, can't get my words out. I say a quick RIP to TGI Fridays. Man, you was the reason for the reason why I wanted to eat pork, actually. Yeah, I remember them Jack Daniel ribs. May they rest in peace. May you leave the recipe somewhere so that we can know. And all you people that don't like to eat pork, oh, give it a rest. I mean, you do everything else in life but eat pork. Oh, that's where you draw the line at eating pork. Oh, yeah, you'll commit murder, but eating pork is where you will draw the line. You'll rob people, but eating pork is where you draw the line. You know what I mean? Like, honestly. So, yeah, all you people that want to always act righteous because you don't eat pork, meanwhile, you're just out here terrorizing people, them children anyway, so you might as well fucking eat the pork anyway. Anyway, I digress. Yeah. Shits and gigs. It's been a bit of a shit week for them, hasn't it? No, it has been quite a shit week. Well, a shit 2 weeks. It's been a shit couple of weeks, I think, for them. Which is, do you know what? I genuinely personally do like James and Fada. I have always been in awe of their journey and how much they've achieved and what they've done. They sold out the O2 Arena some months back. Yeah, it was what months now? Oh my God, all the years and everything's just roll into one. But I think it was, yeah, this year they sold out the O2 Arena. So they have accomplished a lot of things. So in a sad way, in a way, it's very sad to see that they have allowed this to happen. And I will say allowed because I feel as if they just dropped the ball. And this is not me having excuses for them, but it is. You drop the ball and I think they got a bit comfortable. Do you know what I mean? I think sometimes people get to a level of success where they maybe get a little bit comfortable and they start feeling like not they're untouchable, but a little bit like, oh, they get so comfortable with their audience that they forget that there's certain things that still cannot be said. And yeah, we love you, but we don't love you enough for you to kind of disrespect us and for us to be like, yeah, it was just a joke. Number one. Number one is that I want black women to stop expecting black men to protect us. Some black men, okay? And everything is going to be some because it's not all black men, but it is black men. It's not all black men, but it is black men. So here we go. I want us to stop thinking that black men are going to protect us. People only protect things that they see as delicate. And that there is the problem. Black men do not see black women as delicate. They don't actually see us as something that they have to protect because of how we have been portrayed for all of our fucking lives. That we're strong black women, that we're resilient, that we're here to build them up, that we're going to be the ones to keep going with them. That is why when jokes are being made about us like that we saw in that situation, they don't ever feel like they have to be the ones to be like, whoa, 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 slow down there, because they feel that we're strong enough or that those type of things are not going to affect us. And let me just make this clear. This is not me making excuses for anyone. This is me, as I've got older, starting to realize why these things continuously keep happening and why I will be continuously triggered and how I can stop myself from being continuously triggered, because you better believe this shit will happen again. So what you need to do, Black women, is understand and equip yourself with the understanding as to why this fuckery will probably keep happening. So until Black men see us as delicate, until they see us as something that needs to be protected, they will continue to laugh in our fucking faces. Literally. Okay? That's number one. And I see it continuously. And number two, another reason why this will keep happening is because we very rarely see any repercussions for playing in Black women's face. There are no repercussions. I'm trying to think of anyone where old tweets have come out, where they have laughed and said things like this, where their bag has actually been stopped. I can think of maybe one. But everyone else where I can think of it, they're flying high. No, the bag hasn't been stopped. Nothing has really, really slowed down for them, if that makes sense. And that's why Andrew guy can come out and say that James and Fooder asked for loads of other things to come out, but the thing about the Black women, because Black women have been shown countless amount of times that you can, and everyone else has been shown that you can say whatever you want about Black women and you're not really gonna lose the bag. Yes, Black women and Black Twitter and the Black people will be upset with you, but the powers that be that actually sign the checks, they don't give a shit. They don't care. So that's why they will say, oh, I bet you we can guess maybe what other groups maybe have been spoken about, what they asked to be taken out. We know the groups that you tread very carefully about what you're saying, and Black women happens to not be one of them. And that's why people continue to not care about what they say about Black women or think twice about what they're going to say about Black women. Even the fact that Andrew sat down and dissected that apology and laughed about it, do you think you could do that about any other group, even if the apology was shit? Do you think you could? No, you wouldn't dare. You would be like, yeah, I'm not going to touch that either. No, instead, he's breaking down their shit apology to us and laughing at that. Even that in itself is a fucking mockery, because there's no repercussions for taking the piss out of Black women. None. You ain't losing the bag. What, a couple of Black people online are going to be upset with you? That's all they see. So why would people now think that they can't play in our faces? Why? Why would they think that? When we live in a world that all people care about is money. So if I know I can chat shit about Black women and all that's going to happen is there's going to be 2 weeks of a bit of backlash online, but really I ain't going to lose no money, then what? What? It's like when your mum tells you off, but you know you ain't really going to get in trouble. Or what? Why, I'm going to have 2 days of my iPhone taken away. Okay. It's not like I'm never going to get my iPhone back. Do you get what I mean when you was growing up? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why. So I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at when I see these things and people are like, oh, why is no one saying? Because I am not shocked. This continues. It goes on and it will keep going on until people realize that if you talk about Black women, that means you're losing coin. Just like they know if they talk about other groups, they're losing coin. And that's it. Okay. So I wanted to talk about obviously I want to talk about the whole Diddy thing. And I know people are going to try and come in with all that thing about me interviewing. Number one, it was for +44. That interview never came out because literally the day before we were going to release, the day before we released it, that is when the whole Cassie thing came out and the interview was pulled, rightly so. So yeah, and people that come and say these things, please go and talk to every other presenter that interviewed him while he was here doing his run in the UK, or any other person that went to his party. Bearing in mind, I never went to any of his private parties. Any party that I went to was because of +44 that +44 put on, and I wasn't even near him, if that makes sense. I wasn't on his table or anything like that, because for me it was always just about my job. My job is to interview people. I interview, and even at the time people would be like, oh, but why would you interview him? Even people tried to say that. It's like, shut up, because no one was no one knew about, or no one was necessarily paying attention to this whole thing until now. So anyone that wants to try and pretend like they've been on this like fuck Diddy from how many years ago, let's not, because a lot of you were idolizing his relationship with Carisha from yeah, okay, so let's not. Let's deal now with the information that we know. And I think that is what people need to focus on, is how now people necessarily engage with him here on from here on now. But that is not even the angle that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about necessarily the fact of, does anybody else feel like, and this is for like the people that are mature, because we've come to a time in this world now where you speak and people just are out to twist everything you're saying, right? So does anyone else feel like they're mourning a part of themselves, if that makes sense? Like, does anybody else feel that I literally grew up on this person? I grew up also on a culture that he created, like that ghetto fabulous culture. Any artist that I resonate with or that I love and adore is because of him. Mary J. Blige, Usher, SWV, Total. He had a very strong influence in all of my favorite peoples that I literally adore. So I'm not gonna lie, hearing this news has kind of like really rattled me, and really been like, and seeing it and reading all of what he's put people through has really rattled me. Seeing that video really rattled me. I'm not here making excuses for him, not even in the slightest. I've read those things and it's actually made me quite like look at him like it should do a lot in a different way. And made me really just be like, ugh, if that makes sense. Like, oh, really? Is that really what you was about? And like, the person that we saw, or the person that we all kind of grew up, like almost like not idolizing, but admiring. Because let's not all pretend that we didn't grow up admiring Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever name he went by at one point, all these names. We all, if you grew up in like hip hop culture, especially American hip hop culture, he was at the forefront. So for me, hearing this stuff and reading this stuff, it's like I wouldn't go as far as to say like identity, like questioning my identity, because it's not that. But I even said this the other day, that a lot of my aesthetic has been built off the women for the 90s. And he had a strong influence on those women in the 90s. So yeah, a part of me is a bit like, ooh, like how much of that was them, or how much of that was you like controlling them, or how much was it because they wanted to do it? Like so many things have gone through my fucking head reading this thing. Also, separately, when the men online that want to kind of be condoning this, like, oh, isn't this what everyone does within the music industry? That's why you motherfuckers need to rest your fucking skin. And it's not every day fly out gal. It's not every day, like, sometimes learn to just sit in one place, innit? It's not because, and especially if you're not being honest, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, but everyone flies out girl. But if you're flying out a girl and she doesn't know that when she gets there's going to be 5 next man, or another 4 man, or even another 1 man, that's not what she agreed to. Okay? That's not what she said. Furthermore, it's just because you flew her out, it doesn't mean it's the pumps. You're getting the pumps. That's not what it means. But ladies, separately, let me talk to you. And sometimes, like, to the young girls as well, everything is a fucking exchange, okay? And this is not, I need people to understand, this is not victim blaming or anything. This is, men don't know how to act right. So until they learn how to act right, protect yourself. Okay, because men in power are always going to abuse their power. That is just the harsh reality of it. So until they learn how to act right and do what's right, babe, protect yourself. Don't be flying nowhere. These men will abuse their power. Okay? Do not be putting yourself in any situation where these men can abuse their power. And they will continuously do it. And that's why, yes, you got to teach your sons how to act right, but you also have to teach your daughters how to protect themselves, because let me tell you, there's evil people in the world, and evil people will always reside in this world. Right. So I will be telling my daughter, you see, man in certain positions, they will abuse that position. So you need to know, and you need to spot these type of men and know, like, yeah, okay, I know you're trying to dangle this money in front of my face and you're trying to tell me that I can have a nice life, but babe, it's going to come at a cost, right? And again, I need to make this clear. This is not me saying, oh, this person, oh, people, no, oh, they deserve it. No, 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 no. I need to make that very clear, because I know people like to twist things. This is me being is the harsh reality of the world. There's evil people in the world, and there will always be evil people in the world. And there will always be people that want to flex their power and abuse their power when they can see people that want, that will, not even when they can see, but they will always test it. They will always, always, always test it. And you have to have your wits about you to know, no, because I know where this is going to go. So that's how I feel about it. And I also feel like I feel like we're about to see, I feel that the Me Too movement missed hip hop culture and the culture. It's very much like the film industry, Hollywood, if that makes sense. It was very much that. And I feel like it's going to hit the culture, what we know of the culture. I think that this is just the beginning. I mean, we've seen a couple CEOs step down already. That should tell you enough. Their men have been warned. You either step down or it's going to get real sticky for you. And I think we're going to see a lot more of people stepping down. But yeah, I don't know if I can. I was playing SWV the other day, and you know how you lot know I love SWV, and it was someone, and Diddy comes on at the beginning, and I genuinely switched the song. And I'm not one of these people that are like, oh, I've spoken about, separating the art from the artist, etc. But I genuinely, that came on and I switched it. I switched it because I felt weird. It felt weird. I felt like, oh, you're weird. Like, you're actually just a bit, yeah, like, ugh. That's how I felt when I heard his voice. Yeah. Interesting times. Very interesting. But yeah, those are my thoughts of the week. They're all over the place. But you know how it goes. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell everybody. We out.